What up, YouTube? It's your boy. I'm back with another one here. We're talking about No Man's Sky today. This is probably my favorite game ever made. If you're a longtime veteran, there'll be some interesting talking points, I assure you. If you're new to this game, or haven't heard of it, or Light No Fire, or Hello Games as a studio, first of all, this game is sort of like a love letter to the video game industry. It's been something like 28 free updates since the game launched, giving tons of content like this new Dreadnought freighter, right? These are new freighter battles added, tons of cool stuff. They've been really putting a lot of effort into this game. Now, Hello Games is a studio about, like, when they first started, 16 people. I think they may have grown to like a size of like 25 or something, from what I've heard. And that's incredible for a game that looks so good with so much different type of content. Gosh, I really do have a lot of respect for Hello Games. Light No Fire is like my most anticipated game. I'm so excited for it. But to talk about this game, right? We're 5 months out after the first, or sorry, not first, but the last update, which was the Echoes update. The trailer we're watching now. This is the official trailer from Hello Games. And a lot of people are wondering, like, well, what's next? Will this game have any tie-ins to Light No Fire? And I do want to point out something very interesting is the fact that there are a lot of, we did see, even within the trailer of Light No Fire, we saw some similarities. Even the same symbol, which is on the Knowledge Stones in this game, was on the big sort of Titan-esque monolithic creature that we saw in the trailer. So we are on part 4 of the ARG, if I'm not mistaken. Now, this was sort of like a 4-part world building strategy that Hello Games launched. Now, I imagine they did that with the foresight that we'd eventually get to this point of time. They've announced Light No Fire. A lot of people are excited about it. They did a huge ad campaign as well. A lot of people did see the trailer, which is great. It would be so cool, obviously, if No Man's Sky tied in to Light No Fire in some profound way. That would just be so dang cool, right? Maybe in the ARG here, like if in this next update, we do something, we accomplish a certain task. Maybe since we accomplished that task in this game, maybe that'll immediately transfer over or represent something in Light No Fire. Maybe, now this would be crazy, if there was interconnectivity between the games. This would be a huge technical marvel, one that I'm not even sure Hello Games has the capacity, because I'm not sure most developers do, or if that's even really possible at the scale that they're trying to make this game, right? If you don't know, Light No Fire is going to be a 1-to-1 sort of scale of planet Earth. This game, you have 16 quintillion planets to explore. So the variety and the interesting mix-up comes from visiting a lot of different planets. On this one, there'll be one. So you can't really have like you can't fly your dragon from Light No Fire off the planet and then eventually go into outer space and contact No Man's Sky players, right? So I would presume something you do here, maybe there's technology that transfers over or something, being that there is a fantasy element, right? They could sort of stretch our imagination in that way, and I think it would be so dang cool to see some connectivity in that way. It would also sort of complement No Man's Sky, because obviously they've been putting a lot of effort post-launch into this game. It would be great to get sort of a second wave of interest, being that, like, if people like Light No Fire, which I'm sure they will, this would sort of drive people to go back to No Man's Sky and buy that game as well, right? Something like 28 free updates is remarkable. I don't think they would do that, here's my hypothesis, without a long-term goal of reigniting or lighting the fire under this game again at some point. Maybe Light No Fire will be that trampoline, that launch pad for No Man's Sky to get sort of a second wave of interest. So here we are, we're waiting for the next update, and I hope it comes soon, because, that would mean that Light No Fire perhaps comes soon, and they would be able to delegate all their resources to focusing on No Man's Sky solely, right? This would be great because, or sorry, Light No Fire solely. This would be just great because, like, it would allow the game to reach its full potential, and also it would put a little cherry on top of this game, at least for a moment. I could see this game taking just like a teeny tiny break from updates, and then maybe they delegate 4 or 5 people to continue polishing the game. Maybe they have a couple updates a year, something like that as time goes on, right? That would be really, really cool. I just like the idea that it's a merged universe. I like the idea that there is a very similar aesthetic, and it wouldn't be a huge stretch of the imagination, right? It would be very immersive, very engaged, and to sort of tie and marry your experiences in No Man's Sky, which are all amazing, to Light No Fire would be incredible. Now, this game, I wanted to talk about this game more than Light No Fire, but it ended up being the other way, wasn't it? Uh, it sort of does the Minecraft thing with the procedural generation, like almost to a more impressive degree than Minecraft in some ways. Of course, Minecraft is untouchable. I understand that. Minecraft's remarkable. I love Minecraft. But, this game takes it to a galactic scale, a universal scale, right? So I think that definitely earns some brownie points. And I also think you can catch these creatures and utilize these creatures in this game. This sort of fulfilled a sort of little bit of that Pokemon fantasy that the little kid in me still has. I'm sure a lot of us still have, right? The fact that I can just like go into a place like with my ship. Oh, well, there's a creature I've never seen before. Let me capture it, right, and bring it with me. I find it so incredible. Some of the creatures are so helpful in this game that I can't go anywhere without my super fast tiger guy now, right? Because the movement speed is like triple your actual movement speed, and you can scan while you're on top of the backs of the creatures, which is really cool. They actually help you with combat to a certain degree, right? They can scout and track things. It's super cool. There's like very dynamic systems here, a lot of which is sort of unexplored and just barely, we've barely breached the surface of the potential, I would say. So I would imagine they want to make No Man's Sky this long-term, game, this cult classic that people are going to be able to go back to all the time and just be able to appreciate the gameplay loop, right? But what beautiful shots we have here. I know we're all just desperate for the update, and I don't have any information on that front, but I definitely will let you know as soon as possible. But the base build in this game is just like the best on the market. The graphics to me are so fun, so vibrant, so refreshing, from that realism, Call of Duty, gray washed, black, white, and gray color scheme, right? With maybe some browns for the mud and stuff. Like, we've been seeing a lot of those types of games, and yes, they are remarkable in their own regard because, they're trying to mirror the actual world. But, to see just like a stylistic approach to something like this is just very great, right? So I encourage you, this game, you can hunt for your favorite, perfect ship. It'll take you hundreds of hours. You can hunt for your favorite perfect exo tool, or multi-tool rather, which will take you hundreds of hours. You can find your perfect squadron of pilots to help fly around with you, which will take you hundreds of hours. You can build your perfect fleet, all with living ships if you want, which again, will take you hundreds of hours. It's incredible. The derelict freighter procedural generation in this game is unparalleled. Like, the fact that you can have a new dungeon in every system you go to, because as you go to this system and you search for a derelict freighter, there'll be one, and it's going to be different. The room layouts are different. The amount of enemies in each of those rooms are different. The amount of destructible objects and prizes you can find are different. The general just hazards and things you have to consider all get mixed up and changed. Now, Light No Fire would do well to have a dungeon system very, very similar to the derelict freighter thing, just at a slightly larger scale, one where you can play with your friends, because the derelict freighter thing is sort of a single player experience, since it is sort of generated as you use the item to create it, right? Anyway, that would be really, really cool. I think that the dungeon system in Light No Fire is going to be critical, and No Man's Sky does a great job of getting the imagination going, and it's just such a thrill to explore the first few, hunting down those rare items, has been incredible, and those S-class freighter upgrades has been super duper fun. If you don't hack and glitch items, this game is incredibly rewarding. I say hack meaning like there's like a dupe glitch. You can pretty easily dupe some items if you wanted to. I've refrained from learning how because I just don't even want to know, because then if I know, I'll be tempted to do it. But I don't think that video games are meant to be exploited in that way unless you find more fun and more fulfillment by doing that, which, I struggle to see. Maybe in rare cases, I would say. You can mod, like, old games to oblivion to make them more enjoyable, like, I understand that. But I think, like, interfering with the sense of progression for basically no payoff other than, like, immediate satisfaction isn't really a long-term plan for being able to appreciate the game, right? So, yeah, buy this game. It's so fun. There's going to be another update coming out. I imagine more after that. I imagine it's going to tie into Light No Fire, and this studio really does deserve the support. Because there's been so many AAA nonsense crap games being just copy-pasted, sold for 60 that we've been just dealing with, right? And here this game is. So just for that reason alone, give it a shot. But I guess that's about it. We have watched the trailer like 5 or 6 times now. So much love, you guys. I hugely appreciate everything. I just wanted to have a quick discussion today. More content on the way for all sorts of games, and I'll try to get back more on my Magic the Gathering grind, just taking a little bit of a hiatus before that new Murders of Karlov Manor set, baby, which looks great. So, see you in the next one, guys. Take care, okay?